Now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the biggest problems inside current day Counter-Strike 2 is a lack of scenery, an objective amongst casuals, but also pros fall into this category. With recent leaks, data mines, and official CS2 trailers from Valve, we can see Counter-Strike 2 will receive Train alongside Tuscan quite possibly before the end of 2024. Most likely sometime after CS2's very first major, that being in March next month. Within them last week, the Twitter user by the name of FM Phone has revealed and teased a brand new look at Cash inside Counter-Strike 2. The community reaction by just 2 pictures he sent out has been more exciting than anything Valve has put out this past year, aside from this recent Call to Arms update alongside Counter-Strike 2 as a whole, which may be saying something, I'm not really sure. Today's video, we're going to take a look at this brand new iteration of Cash and what it could bring to the game, what it will offer to players in casual but also competitive play, that being also the pro scene as well. Once this gets added to the workshop and starts picking up speed, will Valve want to buy this map and add it to the pool once again? We'll also answer some very frequently asked questions. Why was Cash pulled from the map pool all the way back in CSGO? We're going to discuss that alongside a bunch more.
Today's video sponsor is Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is a buying and trading marketplace where you can trade off your old skins for something new. All you do is log in with Steam, then you trade the skins you no longer want to pick up the new skins you want to obtain. Any remaining cash from trading goes to your balance that can be used in any future trade. By using my code MANDO, you can get up to a free $5, and if you choose to deposit alongside using my code, you get a total of a 35% deposit bonus. With Skins Monkey's large variety of skins, they also offer daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways. If interested, it'll be the top of the link in the description below. Now, firstly, for today's video, I want to give you a quick rundown on Cash's history. Cash was first introduced back into CSGO in 2013. That came alongside Operation Bravo. With Operation Breakout, that being with the butterfly knife in that case, it was then officially added to the competitive map pool, which also the pros played on at the time. And then you fast forward to semi-modern day Counter-Strike, back in 2019, this map, that being Cash, was replaced by Vertigo. And this was pretty controversial at the time. You did then, and you still do now, have a big group of people who love Cash. Doesn't matter what version it was, if it was the original or this new apocalyptic one. And Vertigo saw dozens of reworks throughout the years, but people just didn't really feel like it was a great Counter-Strike map, especially for competitive play. But now here in the current day, it's one of the most played maps in the competitive but also pro map pool. So you might be asking yourself this question: why was Cash removed from the pool in the first place? Well, dating back to 2019 when Cash got its big overhaul, the first look and community reaction was great. I'm not really sure if many of you know this, but it was actually teased and revealed, I believe, at the Face It Major in 2018, which didn't come out for another year, which makes me think we could see something at this upcoming major, the first one for CS2, since it's the first, let alone the lack of content inside Counter-Strike 2, and fans just want a change of scenery. So it makes me think we could see something. But that's besides the point. As soon as the majority of CS players booted Cash up, the new version of it, for the first time, most players, including myself, thought immediately, well, this isn't the same map. Though the additions and changes were small, it just wasn't the same. Now, this is all my personal opinion, but I know a lot of players that played the original and the new version of Cash quite a bit can agree with this. The biggest turnoff for me anyway was the color palette. It was awful. Cash inside CSGO went from being a semi-bright map to post-apocalyptic, and everything was green. CSGO maps weren't ever stunning or appealing, but it was dark green on this new version of Cash. It almost felt depressing to watch but also play. We had some small additions such as the window and mid, but changed how the CTs play quite a bit. On the CT side, you now had to watch the boost up mid, but also mid door. That's if you chose to boost, and most didn't. The T side could throw util right into mid through that little window and force the player highway to have to go mid, and then there'd only be 1 to 2 players on A if the guy mid wasn't taken out already, if that makes any sense. It's kind of confusing. Now let's talk about performance of the map when it came out. I'm not talking stats with KD, I'm talking FPS. If you thought Counter-Strike 2's release was bad with FPS on a lot of these different maps with bugs and glitches, boy oh boy, I wish we could go play Cash back then. When it first came out, I remember specifically on A site, though I had a very mid PC, I could still get a little over 200 FPS in any map in any situation. This would drop down to 40 to 50 FPS on A site, and it was just that site. I'm not really sure why. The current gen hardware at the time had, well, problems running it, and it took months to fix. And by the time all of those problems were fixed, countered with something else, Vertigo took its place. It was too late for Cash inside CSGO. Though it was never removed fully inside CSGO, it was removed from the map pool. And over here now in present day Counter-Strike 2, fans want something new, and Cash is something that gets brought up quite frequently. That being the Prime Cash, the original. Maybe rebooting what made Cash great in the first place and not this new version. I know that's going to be a semi-controversial statement because I know there are quite a few enjoyers of this new version of Cash, but I also know there's quite a few as well that are just tolerant of, well, whatever Valve put out. I now want to talk about Cash inside Counter-Strike 2, of what it could look like. Now, the pictures by FM Phone on Twitter are not apocalyptic or depressing looking, which already makes it a very viable map, at least for me. Alongside mid seems to be going back to its roots with no CT window. I feel like that was originally changed just to have the sake of change. If it ain't broke, don't fix. And it's weird coming from CS because CS is one of those games where they just don't, well, change anything for the sake of change. There's sometimes no point. Cash inside CS2 right now is actually available in the workshop called Cash But Sunny. Now, it's not insanely optimized, but it's a cool look of how something simple as lighting can do to make a map even better. And it wasn't completely 100%
100% apocalyptic like the latest version, but it takes, it seems, inspiration from both versions. For those wondering, this may become a mini-series on my channel where we take a look at forgotten Counter-Strike maps and see why they were removed from the game, but also map pool in the first place. I think the next episode and the next video on this is going to be about Cobblestone. Throughout the past 3 years of my channel, I have seen a comment almost in every single video asking Cobblestone to come back, or talking about it in some sort of manner. If it's because of the dragon lore, the nostalgia, and I think the nostalgia glasses might be blinding people on that. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay positive, sexy. I'm out, guys.